What other great things can I say, Andy? I've run out of ammunition here. Listen, just keep up the good work. Imperial Brands is the fourth largest tobacco manufacturer in the world. In the UK, we are the second biggest manufacturer and supplier, covering the United Kingdom. The DAD system itself is obviously, it's a business critical system. It's on our P1 MIM register, so that's how critical it is. And there's only 2, maybe 3 apps in the whole of the group around the world which are in that category, of which DADS is one of them.
Yeah, no, it's very critical, because obviously if we can't get that stock out the door, then you're talking millions of pounds worth of orders not getting out. So it's crucial that the system is running basically 24 hours. Well, we're pretty stuffed, to be honest, if we can't get the DAD system back up and running.
What do you believe were the main challenges you faced in managing the DAD system prior to partnering with Proximity?
We're struggling with the aging workforce to start with. People that's working with Imperial, and they were eventually just retiring off. So we needed to get things moving and get people in, other people involved. And that's where obviously David did his outsourcing on the procurement side of the business.
It's aging technology, right, for us. So we are looking very much at our architecture side and looking at this type of technology and just acknowledging that it's an aging technology. And as a result, resources are very hard to come by. So our own resources were approaching retirement, and we really needed a solution. And we weren't sure whether we would try to go external and bring a team in again, but we decided to take the opportunity to outsource at the time. So that's what we did. And and it was the main driver, shall we say, to look for that.
And what risks do you think you were facing should you have maintained the status quo?
The aging workforce, so now people coming to retirement age, so you don't want to lose all that knowledge. So while they've got them, you need to transfer that knowledge.
Well, finding suitable resources to support it was the biggest one. It's a big challenge, like the type of resources the system is running on, because the system was developed about 30 years ago. They're not plentiful, so they're difficult to find. And looking for a partner, that has all those resources in place was the ideal solution for us.
How significant was the risk of losing key knowledge or expertise about the DAD system before the partnership with us?
A good question. It's funny enough, I didn't consider it as significant at the time, but since we've actually completed the KT and you took on one of our staff, and I know you were interested to take both of the team that were there, I kind of underestimated it, I think, myself, as to the importance of that. That really played a big part in giving you guys a kind of a sense of comfort that you always had an absolute expert sitting there to support you if you needed it, and me, obviously. So I think that made a big difference. You were able to continue your knowledge transfers into the future. And that resource was really able to shape your team as well.
Joe transferred across to you guys, didn't she? With the two people coming across, and the vast knowledge Joe had got, we didn't want to lose that. So, but with Joe coming across and her knowledge being transferred to you guys was crucial, very crucial to us. I think we'd have been in a bit of a mess if we'd have lost that knowledge. I think that shows with the performance we're getting from you guys now. The transfer was impeccable, really.
How did you hear about our services, and what first attracted you to our company?
It was mainly market research, which I just did myself. I had a clear view of what I wanted when I started, and just there's not a lot of people out there who can provide the services as well that we wanted. I really wanted a UK-based organisation. I wanted preferably somebody that was close to the site. I looked at local suppliers, and we spoke to a number, 2 or 3 local suppliers, of which you were one, and I also spoke to an offshore supplier as well. So, while the offshore support was of a lower cost, it wasn't what I wanted. I knew what that site needed and what they would prefer. Luckily for me, I was kind of given a bit of a carte blanche to do what I wanted, so I was adamant to stick with a UK provider. And yeah, when we got together from the first inquiry, I had a good feeling immediately. You gave me that good feeling that I wanted to feel, and it just progressed from there.
And what key factors were you evaluating when choosing an application managed service provider?
Location is one, but I mentioned that. Predominantly the ability to support us during our working hours, and which is out of hours for everyone else. But like I said, we're a 24-hour operation, Monday to Friday, and at times over the weekend. So we needed flexibility. It's every day. When people are on bank holidays, we're sometimes not on bank holidays, if we need to catch up. And, and having that flexibility to be able to support us when we needed you was very important. The other side of it, obviously, is some of the basics. We're obviously looking at the size of the organization, your customer base, your experience. You have a lot of experience in the area of warehouse management and transport management. It seems to be your other large customers are in that same business. Again, that was ideal. And your financial position, clearly we did a full financial analysis of your organization with a forecast for the future. And, those things which kind of go through our global procurement teams, those were a number, we'll say, of factors that were in play when we were selecting you.
And how did we compare to the other providers you considered?
I'll be honest, the other providers that I considered, they didn't meet the standards that I felt you guys set for yourselves. Even as a kind of a minimum viable product, would say your minimum viable service, if we want to call it that, was up here. It was at a very high baseline, and I felt that others weren't able to meet that even as a baseline. So that was one comparison I'd make. Again, offshore providers, they were able to provide me with the service, but I didn't think they would fit well, and they would be a good fit with the site, with the team there. In fairness, you ticked a lot of boxes, and you still do.
What specific services and support do we provide that you find most valuable?
Without a doubt, it would have to be out of our support. I would suggest, firstly,
the fact that if we have issues and we raise calls, it's you guys are on it straight away. I know the SLAs are whatever they are, but I don't think it doesn't really matter. I think you guys are on it straight away. So if we have any issues, we always get feedback within minutes, basically. There's always someone on hand. So if there's any issues, you guys are there straight away.
It's very valuable to us that you can provide that weekend support, that out of hours support. You're in those meetings and you were saying, we'll do this, we're going to do this. We've not seen anything like this before, but we'll do it. And you've done it and you've delivered it, to almost, kind of 99%. And you are doing that on a daily basis.
So how would you describe the working relationship between your team and ours?
That's a great question, and I'm delighted to have a chance to answer that, because working relationships and relationships in general are very important to me. I see them as the basis of every service that's delivered. I think relationships are key to the quality levels. So we have a very, very strong trust-based relationship. It's a partnership that we've built up over time. And the main reason that exists there is just that the fact that you're consistently delivering on the service levels that I need you to deliver to. And that gives me then a huge amount of confidence, a huge amount of trust. And then when we need a bit of flexibility, it's always there. We can always give each other a little bit of flexibility when we need it, right? That's important, that we have that type of relationship. That's the type of relationship I want. And that's the type of relationship I think works really well, is to have that flexibility we need a bit more time for this. What can we do to help each other, right? So it's a great relationship. I'm very proud of it, to be able to look at handing the service over to other members of Global IT and show them the strong relationship that we've built up over the last 2 years as an example of how we should be working with our partners across the whole group.
What specific improvements have you seen in the performance of the DAD system?
The main improvements really, Andy, are around the new functionality that you've delivered for us over the last 2 years. We've had a lot of very good service and process improvements, particularly around our manual silo picking project, and even just some suggestions about, you've come out on site, made some suggestions about how we can improve things. You've done the analysis and implemented those improvements. Again, very high standard of implementation. I find, rarely do we have any incidences that are raised as a result of a change going in. The business has always given me very, very strong feedback as to, the impact that the delivery that you provide us with has on the operation itself up there.
With that implementation itself, that's saved so much time. So it was a manual process. We're picking in small quantities of cases. So that's a big improvement, because now we can pick in pallet quantities out of those items. It was a new gen products, which is blue products, and we could only, every time we have what we call a no stock when we're selecting orders, we had to then make pallets up out the system from stock case area and build a pallet. But now we can actually take a full pallet of stock out of that area via the VNA process. That was a fantastic improvement. And again, like I said, the support is second to none. If we get in touch with you guys anytime, we get a response. We could phone Joe, Alison, and the guys, pick up a phone, and they were there, because obviously they're employees, and there's no difference in the support. It's as if the guys are just Imperial people, to be honest, and they can pick up a phone and get in touch. That's a great performance, because we didn't want to lose that, and we've not lost that.
And have there been any measurable cost savings or efficiency gains since the partnership started?
It's not all about costs, right? Efficiencies are important. And the main, I suppose, efficiency that I feel we've got out of this is the reduction in the risk that we identified within the business around this application. It's such a critical application, supported by 2 people, and you're thinking of big red buses, and you're thinking of retirements and various things. So very much, I think the efficiency and the resilience is what we were looking for, and that's where we benefited the most.
How has outsourcing impacted your internal resource and freed up your team to focus on other areas?
For me personally, it's freed up some of my time, because before I was working closely with Alison and Joe and people like that. But anybody now in the office could log a ticket with the system and get a call back from proximity straight away. So they're not having to come and find me all the time, or Lee, a colleague, or Dan. The guys know that they can just get in touch. They can log a ticket. Okay, it's through the ServiceNow portal that we've got. But before, they had to come and find us for us to do it. But I suppose the change there is that we can log a ticket against ads, and you guys run it straight away. Frees up a lot of my time. They aren't always looking for me. So that's a good change. The
outsourcing, it has allowed us to reduce our IT headcount. So that's clear. So it's also given us an opportunity to involve the business more in making decisions around what we do and what we develop. By reducing the headcount, we've kind of shifted some of that responsibility as well out to the business more. So we've got the business now more involved in the development side, in the requirement side, and how we move the application forward. So that's been a really positive part of it.
And how has working with us aligned with your broader business goals?
Yeah, it's aligned very much with it, because in global IT, we implemented an IT operating model, but we started the work on it about 4 years ago. And part of the directive of that operating model was to look to outsource where possible or where necessary. So it's helped us deliver that operating model. This application, because of the profile of it, was very much something that we needed to work on. So it has definitely aligned with the broader goals that we have.
So how satisfied are you with the overall quality of our service?
Short answer there, Andy, very satisfied, and continue to be very satisfied. So very happy with the services. You're very reliable. Your reliability, consistency of service, you're a very service-driven organization, which I really like. You're focused on the service. It's all about the delivery, right? And that gives me great comfort. Your relationship management is very good. It's important to you as it is to me, and that makes us a good team. And your collaboration.
Like I say, second to none. Any all the implementations we've done, any changes we've done, it's not just the VNA process. They've done other changes as well with the handheld terminals and scanning, printing. The overall services. Can't fault it, mate. Brilliant.
Would you recommend our business services to other businesses?
Most definitely, yes. Without a shadow of a doubt. I think it's just the support. It's fantastic. The relationship we've got now, especially with the team, is second to none. It's actually brilliant. No problems recommending you to anybody else with the service you provide. It's fantastic. I'm not just saying that because we're recording this. It is true. It is good. The people are excellent, easy to get on with, and they know the stuff.
What other great things can I say, Andy? I've run out of ammunition here. Listen, just keep up the good work. Keep up the standards, because it makes you stand out amongst everybody. It makes you stand out amongst even vendors that I deal with who are not in this whole space, right? As if you're looking at your vendor base, your supplier base, and you're asking yourself, who are my top 5 suppliers? It makes you stand out. And I would just say, it seems to be part of your culture, I think, how you conduct yourselves as a business and as a team. And I think that's absolutely golden. And I would encourage you to keep those same levels always.